if I told you that one of Disney's most overlooked sequels actually contains some of the deepest themes of identity and belonging in their entire canon? Welcome back to Cinematic Lens. I'm Jason, and today we're swinging into the world of Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins, a direct-to-video prequel that critics ignored but that packs a surprising emotional punch. You might think you know Tarzan's origin story from the 1999 classic, but this 2005 hidden gem rewrites the rules. Before you dismiss it as just another cash grab sequel, hear me out. This film tackled something no other Disney movie dared: the awkward, painful middle ground between being a child and accepting your true self, and it did it with gorgeous hand-drawn animation at a time when CGI was taking over. Let's climb into the vines and see why this film deserves a second look. Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins, was directed by Brian Smith, a veteran Disney animator who worked on classics like The Lion King and Mulan. This was his directorial debut, and he brought a keen understanding of character animation to the project. Interestingly, the film was produced at Disney Toon Studios, the same division responsible for many direct-to-video sequels. While the original Tarzan was set in lush African jungles, this prequel takes place in the same environment but with a more intimate focus on the trees and caves surrounding Tarzan's gorilla family. The animation team actually studied real gorilla movements at the San Diego Zoo to nail the character motions. The budget was modest, but the hand-drawn artistry shines through, especially in the vibrant jungle backdrops and fluid action sequences. Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins, is primarily an animated adventure drama with strong coming-of-age elements. Unlike the original film's epic scope, this sequel zooms in on a smaller, more personal story. Young Tarzan struggled to fit in with his gorilla family. The film subverts the typical hero's journey by focusing on self-acceptance rather than achieving a grand goal. Tonally, it balances slapstick comedy with genuine emotional beats, reminiscent of Disney's 90s era. The narrative structure is linear but uses a quest format where Tarzan seeks to prove himself, only to realize that his true strength lies in embracing his uniqueness. There's no villain in the traditional sense. The conflict is internal, which makes it surprisingly mature for a kid's film. The storytelling relies heavily on visual gags, but beneath the surface lies a nuanced exploration of identity. Visually, this film is a feast for the eyes. The color palette shifts from warm, earthy greens and browns during Tarzan's jungle adventures to cooler, muted tones when he feels isolated. The animation style retains the fluid, expressive lines of the first film but adds more dynamic camera movements, especially in tree-swinging sequences. One iconic shot is Tarzan silhouetted against the sunset, hanging from a vine, a nod to the original's poster but with a more introspective feel. The cinematography uses depth of field tricks to focus on characters' faces during emotional moments, making you feel their anxiety and joy. The lighting is particularly impressive in cave scenes, where dappled sunlight creates a magical atmosphere. The animators also paid close attention to gorilla fur texture, giving each character a distinct, believable appearance. Beneath its adventurous surface, Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins is a profound meditation on identity and the fear of rejection. The film uses Tarzan's blue paint scheme, where he mimics his gorilla family's markings as a metaphor for masking one's true self to fit in. This is a powerful allegory for anyone who has felt like an outsider. The subtext is clear. True belonging comes from within, not from conforming. There's also a subtle commentary on parenthood, as Kala and Kerchak grapple with how to raise a child who is different from them. The film suggests that love means accepting someone for who they are, not who you want them to be. These themes are handled with surprising nuance, making it a great conversation starter for parents and children about self-acceptance and empathy. This film is packed with Easter eggs that even hardcore Disney fans might miss. First, when Tarzan explores the jungle, he briefly passes by a tree carved with the initials J and K, a reference to Jane and her father from the original film, hinting at future events. Second, the character Jew voiced by the same actor who played the villainous Clayton in the original, Brian Blessed, but here he plays a comedic role, a sly nod to his previous character's fate. Third, in one scene, Tarzan uses a vine to swing and accidentally reveals a hidden painting of the elephant Tantor from the first film on a cave wall, suggesting the artists left their mark. Also, look closely at the background during the song, Who Am I? You'll see a silhouette of the original film's antagonist, Sabor the leopard, lurking in the shadows, reminding us of the dangers Tarzan faced. Made on a budget of around $15 million, Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins, was released direct-to-video in 2005, earning just under $30 million in global DVD sales and rentals, a modest success for a direct-to-video title. Critics were mixed, with Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 50% approval rating. Many praised the animation and emotional depth, but criticized it as unnecessary. However, among fans, it has developed a cult following. The film debuted at #1 on Billboard's top video sales chart, selling over 800,000 copies in its first week, While it didn't break records, it showed that audiences still craved hand-drawn animation. The lukewarm critical reception likely stemmed from expectations set by the original, but in hindsight, this film stands as one of Disney's better direct-to-video efforts, especially given the era's glut of low-quality sequels. The voice cast delivers earnest performances. Harrison Chad voices young Tarzan with a mix of naive enthusiasm and vulnerability. Glenn Close reprises her role as Kala, bringing warmth and maternal strength. Lance Henriksen voices Kerchak with a gruff but loving authority. Brenda Great and Harrison Fahn provide comic relief as the mischievous gorilla brothers. The standout is George Carlin as Zugor, a wise but grumpy old gorilla who becomes Tarzan's mentor. Carlin's improvisational comedy adds levity to the film's heavier moments. Interestingly, the filmmakers originally wanted Robin Williams for Zugor, but scheduling conflicts led to Carlin, who brought a unique blend of sarcasm and heart. The chemistry among the cast elevates the script, especially in the tender scenes between Tarzan and Kala, which are genuinely moving. Though Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins, didn't win any major awards, it left a subtle mark on animation history. It was among the last hand-drawn Disney films before the studio fully shifted to CGI, serving as a swan song for traditional techniques. Subsequent animated films about identity, like Finding Nemo and The Good Dinosaur, have parallels in their themes of parental acceptance and self-discovery. More importantly, it proved that direct-to-video sequels could have artistic merit, paving the way for later projects like The Lion King 1.5 and Bambi 2. The film's message of embracing one's uniqueness resonates strongly in today's culture of inclusivity. For that reason, it deserves a spot in the Disney vault as more than just a footnote. It's a testament to the power of small stories with big hearts. So, after all that, should you watch Tarzan 2? The Legend Begins. Absolutely. It's a heartfelt, beautifully animated film that tackles themes many animated movies shy away from. While it may not reach the heights of the original, it stands on its own as a poignant tale of self-discovery. I give it a solid 7.5 out of 10, a hidden gem that deserves reappraisal. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite direct-to-video Disney sequel? Did this film shape your childhood? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into cinema's underrated treasures. I'm Jason, and this has been Cinematic Lens. See you in the next review.